You can insert tables in your website using the text editor. You can also copy and paste tables from Excel or other sources into the text editor. Let us see how to insert a new table in your website. To create a new table on your website, you need to click on Insert Edit Table button. Under the general options, you can specify the following attributes for your table, such as number of columns. Let us say we enter 6. Number of rows. Let us say we enter 5. This is how the table looks as of now. Let us also give it a border of 2 pixels so that it is better defined. You can now type your desired text within the cells. In case you do not see the text you've entered in the final output of your web page, then go back and select the text and specify the text color. To further customize this table and make it look good, you have several other features. Let us see the functionality of each of them. Cell padding. This means the space you would like to have around your text in the table. Say we enter 10. You can see that the space around the text in your table has increased. Cell spacing. This means the space between 2 cells in the table. This feature can be used to provide a window effect to your table. Say we enter 10. You can see that the distance between the 2 cells has increased. Border width in pixels. You can specify the width in pixels of the border in the table you want. To make it bold, we can increase this. Right now it is set at 2 pixels, so we shall leave it at that. Width and height of the table. You can specify the width and height of the table in pixels. Let us set it at 200 by 200. You can set this, but it defines the cell as well as the text width. You can see this in working. If you want to include some advanced properties in your table, then go to the Advanced options by clicking the Advanced tab. ID. ID is an internal reference name for this table. This is helpful when you want to create a hyperlink in other pages to call this table. For doing this, go through the Creating Anchors module. We give this table an ID such as table number 1. The Summary tab is for your own reference to remember the context of the table. This comes in handy when you have too many tables in your website. Border color. Using the border color field, you can define the color of the table border. Click on the palette icon next to the field and select the color of your choice. If you already have a color code, you can enter it here. Make sure you enter the thickness in pixels in the border field under the General tab. If you want a solid background, which is different than that of the web page, you could use the background color option. Click on the color palette next to the field and select the color of your choice. If you already have the color code, then you can enter it here. Click Insert and you shall see the color of the background change as per your selection. Background image. You can add a design element to the entire background of the table. This is helpful when you want the table to stand out with its unique look and feel. You could select a texture or any kind of image. To do so, click on the file icon next to the field. Browse the image in your hard disk and then click on Upload. The image will get placed as a background. To match the background, you can now set the text color and other text attributes as required. Table row properties. This is used to specifically customize rows in your table. Go to the row you would like to customize, then click this button. Under the General tab, in the row type, you could set the designated row as a header, body or footer. In alignment, you could define the horizontal position of the text in each cell of the selected row, center, left or right. In vertical alignment, you could define the vertical position of the text in each cell of the selected row, top, center or bottom. In the height field, you could define the height of the row. In the bottom tab, you could select how many rows and how do you want the above settings to apply. Under the Advanced tab, you can give an ID to the row and use the ID feature to hyperlink to call this row. The ID function is discussed in detail in Creating Anchor module. Now background image and background color. You could give a background image or color specifically to a particular row. similar to what we implemented for the entire table. We shall set the top row with a solid color just to show you how it works. However, for the final table formatting, we would remove this. Like in the General tab, you could select how many rows and how do you want the above settings to apply. Next button in the menu is Table Cell Properties. Go to the cell you would like to customize. Remember to select the text in the cell. Whatever you could do to the full table or to a particular row, you could also do it specifically for a single cell. This feature is used to specifically highlight and customize a cell in your table. Further tools provided to help you with constructing your tables are Insert Row Before. This button is used when you want to add a new row above an existing row. Insert Row After. This button is used when you would like to add a row below an existing row. Delete Row. This button is used to delete any row from your table. Similarly, you can use the Insert Column Before, Insert Column After, and Delete Column buttons. The next two buttons are Split Merge Table Cells and Merge Table Cells. You could select two concurrently placed cells or more to merge them together. If you have a set of cells which you have merged earlier and you would want to revert them back as individual cells, then you can select the merge cell and click Split Merge Cell option. Once done, you can add a table caption field to mark the table reference text in your website. Put a tick mark in the checkbox placed in front of the table caption field. We shall enter table number 1. In case the text is not visible in the main website page, then go back and change the color of the font to make it visible. Save and close to save your changes. Keeping the look and feel of the website, the final table looks like this.